The system will defeat itself. Nothing stays in a steady state. It overheats and melts. It only feeds itself. The system, yo, I think it exists just because, like a pit eats his pups, eats his own litter up. The system's fucked. It's corrupt.
Hey, what's up? This is the Dank Seer. This is my persona that drops honest thoughts on current events. I'm still producing Professor Mao Dental videos, but this is going to be my personal space. Here's my take on the behemoth issue of housing affordability in major Canadian cities. I'm proud to be Canadian, wouldn't trade my citizenship for any other. It hurts me when I see my fellow Canucks suffer the repercussions of unaffordable housing. So when this article came out, describing $5 billion laundered in the Vancouver area since 2012, I did not expect the social media response to be one of surprise. I've been harping about dirty money propping up housing prices for quite some time now. Alright, let's set the stage for how enormous this problem actually is. Let me introduce you to Mingda, or Victor. Quite the impressive resume. Senior Vice President at China Construction Bank, Associate Economics Professor at Hong Kong Baptist University. What's he yapping about? He's dropping truth nuggets left, right, and center about the Chinese economy and how banking works in the East on this weekly podcast. He's the Chinese equivalent of Caitlin Long. His knowledge is invaluable for understanding what's going on in the world of Chinese finance. You thought money was funny in North America? Buckle up, you're in for a real shit show. Among several key points, like underreporting GDP growth between 2001 and 2018, and how $1 US should actually be traded at 19.3 yuan, he talks about how money goes missing in China. More revealing is that in the States, it takes 70 cents of M2 to match $1 of GDP. In China, it's around $2 of M2 to match the same dollar of GDP. There's a lot to unpack, but what's the significance of those stats? That discrepancy means that when money is printed in China, a significant amount does not circulate within China. There's a saying in China, money you earn in China, not yours. Money outside of China is yours. Money that leaks out of China illegally is in the magnitude of hundreds of billions. That's right, hundreds of billions, if not trillions worldwide. Let's look at the past news. 13,000 Chinese officials were sentenced on corruption charges in the first 9 months of 2014. This one dirtbag stashed $16 billion away. This guy had $300 million worth of physical cash, $6 billion sitting in foreign accounts, 326 properties seized in China alone, unsure of how many foreign properties. This motherfucker lived in a 21,000 square foot mansion. He needed 12 military trucks to carry his loot away. The host talks about how one official laundered money through 138 mistresses. Even a mid-level water supply official of a resort town had 68 properties, totaling $163 million. Amongst the Chinese elite, there's a preference to store money where private property laws are better. Hypocrites, right? The Chinese government has been cracking down on this type of capital flight, but it's still going on. So what can you do? Your enemy isn't the immigrant working 996 with a better work ethic. That's fair game. It's not even the 21-year-old driving luxury cars throwing 20 G's out the window. Yes, that happened. Vancouver, am I right? Douche move, but going after individuals isn't going to stop the issue. The issue is part of a grander systematic issue. It's the corporate leeches that position themselves next to the money faucet and legislators that allow it to happen if they have their cut. What do I mean? HSBC facilitating drug laundering money, CIBC helping rich clients move money out of China, refer to Panama Papers for douche bank doing douche things. So what happens to bad actors? Slap on the wrist fines and business goes on like usual. When our homes are being used as cash dumps rather than actual living places, that's when we put our foot down and call for our regulators to pick up their shit. If we want change within our existing framework, we need to find the candidates who are running sensible campaigns and provide them with our full support. To those of you who stand to gain from skyrocketing housing prices, creating extreme win-lose scenarios do not turn out well in the long term. The truth is, policymakers have a lot of power to decide who benefits and who suffers, and over what amount of time. We have to do a better job of making sure that our legislators are accountable to their constituents, not for private interests. I like my freedoms. I like having a platform to voice my concerns and not worrying about Big Brother showing up at my door. We can't take that for granted. Look at our Aussie brothers. The Chinese already have major ownership of electricity and gas networks. Our kangaroo bros are experiencing monopoly pricing on gas and utilities by foreign entities. China recently bought up a lot of infrastructure in New Zealand. New Zealand recently closed off their housing market to all non-residents. Can't say I blame them. In light of a top Huawei exec being arrested on Canadian soil, these are matters of national security and protecting the public interest. At the end of the day, Canada is tiny compared to China. If Canada sees a fraction of their 1%ers launder money in our housing market, we get rocked. Part of the solution is the separation of money and government. I'll talk about that in my next video. Thanks for watching. Let's build solutions. Subscribe for more videos. Peace out. I'll leave you with N-Bomb, a Chinese Tupac. Cue outro. Hit it.
戴着大檐帽子，合法的暴力执行，权力的基础来自更多的士兵，垄断着你的经济，垄断着武器，垄断一切文化传播，垄断你的土地。我相信每个人的生命天生就应该是自由的，但是太多人都忘了，太多人不在乎，习惯了麻木，习惯了沉默，为了剥削者的承诺，努力的工作。Fuck that， 你的想法不